Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Now, if there was a plant Oscar for most effortless beauty, I would give it to this Philodendron gloriosum that I bought 1 year ago for 15 euros. This is truly the Grace Kelly among houseplants. And so today I want to do a houseplant Oscar ceremony, and we got no less than 20 different categories to choose from. So without further ado, let's have a closer look at this year's winners. The first category is Best Mossball Hider and also Hugger. Now, the competition was strong for this one, but in the end, this Philodendron micans is the proud winner. It's actually my micans mother plant that I got 3.5 years ago, and I just love how it completely surrounds and hides the mossball with this cloud of soft and velvety leaves. In the category Best Leaf-Keeping Codex Plant in Wintertime, the gold went to this Adenium obesum, also called Desert Rose Plant, that I got 9 months ago for 12 euros. This is actually a plant native to the island of Socotra and Northeast Africa. It has been growing under artificial light at my place, and as you can see, it didn't drop any of its very shiny leaves, even though we are currently in wintertime, which makes it an undisputed winner in this category. And by the way, this is a very easy plant to take care for as long as you don't overwater it. Okay, the category Best Eternal Twin Baby Plants only had these contenders this year. And we are of course talking about these Philodendron Florida Ghost babies. I bought them over a year ago as baby plants for 15 euros each. And these plants I can truly call the Olsen twins of the plant world. They are doing okay, apart from the fact that they just don't want to grow up. This plant here keeps on winning in the category Best Kept Secret Plant. Now, I have several videos on my channel about this mystery plant, and you can check them out if you want. So this guy was sold to me as a Philodendron SP Peru, which it is clearly not. But nobody has been able to tell me so far what this plant might be. So I guess the mystery goes on for yet another year. This somewhat weird looking plant display is this year's winner in the category Oldest Cuttings Growing in Water. These are several Philodendron Campus Portuanum cuttings that have been growing in water for as long as I can remember, and they actually seem to be okay with that. The good thing is that I can observe this underwater display of roots, seashells and leaves on a daily basis, and the only thing missing in there is a goldfish. In the next category, Best Pretty in Pink, we got a three-way tie with these three Philodendron Pink Princess plants. They are all cuttings that I grew myself, one in soil, one in perlite and one in pon. And if you really want a lot of pink on the leaves of this plant, I suggest you put them close to an artificial light source. The next category actually had a lot of contenders, but in the end I picked these two out as winners in the category Best Terrarium. At the bottom you can see one of my oldest terrariums that over time has been completely invaded by one single Phytonii plant. And then on top we got my birthday terrarium that I have not opened once since I made it more or less 1.5 years ago, with all kinds of leftover cuttings that are currently growing in pon inside this small terrarium. You might be surprised that I actually had several contenders for this very specific category, Best Petrified Variegated Plant. The final winner is this Monstera Thai constellation that I got in March of this year, and this plant is indeed petrified since it hasn't grown 1 single inch in 9 months. In the category Best Globe, we got this guy here that I basically use as a trash can for leftover bits and pieces of succulents. Some of them just die, but as you can see, some are really thriving. Next up we have the category Plant with the most leaves, and luckily for me I have this Asparagus retrofractus or Ming fern, a shrub native to Africa, and since each needle is an actual leaf, there was no competition whatsoever in this category. And by the way, for this beautiful plant I only paid €3. For the next category, Best Indoor Plant Living Outside, we obviously have to go outside to congratulate our winner, which is one of my many rogue spider plants producing baby plants like there is no tomorrow, even in the heart of winter. And if you want to know more about my rogue spider plants living outside, you can check out some other videos on my channel. I just love to create mixed pots with cuttings of my many philodendrons, and this here is the winner in the category Best Mixed Pot. On the bottom left we got a philodendron Burley Marks, then on the bottom right we have a philodendron Medusa unfurling a beautiful new leaf, and on top we finally got a philodendron Pedatum. I have to admit that I created the category Best Cuttings Growing in Sphagnum Moss especially for this winner here, which is the Pilea depressa or giant baby steers. The mother plant I bought in IKEA over 3 years ago for €3 has died, but I took some cuttings before and they clearly enjoy growing in this sphagnum moss. Next up is a pretty straightforward category, which is Best Syngonium. And the proud winner here is this Syngonium Pink Splash. And once again, if you want the pink to really shine, you should put this plant under a growing light. We have yet another three-way tie in the next category, which is Stylish Semi-Hydro. And all three are cuttings I took myself from their mother plants. And from left to right we got a Clusia, we got a Disigotica elegantissima, and finally we got a Begonia tamaya, all growing in pond with a water reservoir underneath. I own a lot of cactus plants, so competition was pretty fierce in the category Best Cactus. But in the end I chose this Selenicereus arandiflorus, also known as Queen of the Night cactus, a beautiful crawling cactus from Central America that has all these weird hairs on its stems and that should bloom for one night only. There was little or no competition in the category Best Bonsai, for the simple reason that I don't own many bonsai plants. But the gold went to this bonsai China doll plant. I think its rough root system looks pretty badass, and I made an in-depth video about the China doll plant that you can still check out on my channel if you choose to do so. And by the way, I bought this guy at IKEA for €9. The best surprise act of the year is this Philodendron subhastatum with green leaves up front, but then when you turn this plant you get all this gorgeous burgundy and red at the back of its leaves. I only have 2 Hoyas, so in the category Best Hoya, I made this Hoya carnosa very happy by picking it as this year's winner. It grows under a growing light, I let it dry out completely before watering it again, and apparently that's all this plant needs. And finally, as a bonus category, we got the best and oldest mother plant. It's a kind of a lifetime achievement award that goes to my philodendron silver sword mother plant this year. It's very old, it doesn't look its best, but it keeps on growing and offering me new cuttings all the time, for which I am of course very grateful. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please consider liking and or subscribing to my channel. I hope to see you again really soon. Bye bye.